coming over to one side to hit the piston wall, anything like that. And these don't have rings holding, what do they call those, locking rings or something? Retainer rings, like on the 81 Isuzu 4FB1 diesel. I believe they have rings like on universal joints to hold these pins in place, and this piston's grooved out to hold that ring in place. These are a little bit different. Yeah, see, on these the pin is pressed into the bushing, and you have to heat it. You have to heat up the rod and expand it, and then slide the pin through, put it all together. So we're going to take a look at the damage that's on this top compression ring in here, and this is what I watch for. You really got to be careful when reusing these pistons, because they've been under a tremendous amount of stress and pressures, and these rings are constantly moving, you know, like, you see how I can wiggle it up and down like that. They're loose in there, so there's just enough play where when this piston's traveling up and down, this ring's kind of flopping around in that groove and stuff. So I'm going to put it in the vise, and you want to make sure when you put these in the vise, you put them in there carefully, because this surface right here is a machined surface, and they machine these when it's together and bolted together and locked together like that. They machine the surface. So when you put these in here, yeah, I think that'll be good like that, where we get light on it. Put a rag over the vise, and then just lightly snug it up, not too tight. So here is the damage right here where that arrow's at. These are just old rings, or rings, no, those are new rings from another set that I didn't use. So the damage is right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but right there where my finger's at, like right inside there, it's kind of, you see that, it's my fingernail is catching, because somehow that ring, which is cast iron, squished, was under so much pressure and stress that it kind of worn down the upper top side of the inside of this groove, and it widened it out in there and made it wider than the rest of the groove. And so it's kind of funky in there. So it made the groove wider in that one spot. And that's why I didn't use this piston. Now remember, this piston was, well, it looks just like this one. I don't know what this piston goes to, but it looks the same. Looks like the exact same piston. Now remember, this piston was 86.7 millimeters. And so we're going to measure this, because I want to know if it's the same exact size piston, although I don't know what it goes to. So this says like 86.12. No, I think it is about the same. 86.32. The other one was 86.7. So there might be a little difference, but it's pretty close. I'd like to know what that piston goes to. It has that crown top on the top of it, but it's the same size in diameter. But anyway, I wanted to show you that because you really have to clean these pistons super clean so that you can see if there's any damage inside of these grooves if you plan on reusing these. You see how clean this is? It's almost like it was hot tanked, but it wasn't. Welcome back. You want to know how I clean my pistons off before I reuse them, and how I get them super clean like this professionally? Well, I have a little secret. It's called Chem Dip for carburetors. That's it right there. You just drop the whole thing. That's what I do. If I'm going to reuse them, and I want to reuse the bushings, the rod assembly together, just like this is right now, I just turn that piston upside down and drop it in that can. Cold dip. I call that cold dip the parts. And it doesn't take very long to get all the carbon to melt away off of these pistons. About 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours of soaking, come back out, pull them out, and you'll see that a lot of that carbon's been melted away. And if you got more left over, hasn't taken it all off, just dip them back in the can, let them soak a little bit longer, and you keep doing that till you get the right cleanliness that you want on them. And then take some carburetor cleaner and spray them down and get all of this chemical dip stuff off this part, some kind of parts cleaner in the spray can. Brake parts cleaner would probably work. Or maybe if you're lucky enough to have a parts cleaner sink box. I mean, I've never had one. Yeah, I just buy one of these and clean my pistons up. And you can take like an old ring, a broken ring like this that fits in that groove perfectly, and just run it around there, and it'll clean out those grooves perfectly. That's a good way to do it.